Hello everybody, and welcome back to Nick and Jeff. I'm Nick and I love Jeff, but he's not here right now because I have recently purchased the Backbone available for iPhone and Android. I just wanted to give it a go, try out this controller thing, do an unboxing and a review, and let you know my thoughts on it. So, without further ado, let's unbox it. So I've had this bad boy for a little over a week now, and if you want the short answer, yes, it's fantastic and it's awesome and you should buy it. If you're in the shop right now wondering, get it. But the long version, well, firstly we'll talk about how it fits in your hands. I find it to be really comfortable. When I saw it on the box, I'm like, oh, it looks like it might be a little bit small. When you actually hold it and when you put your phone in it, it actually feels fantastic. The buttons all feel really quite nice. The triggers are a little bit shallow, if I had to say anything about them, but all the buttons feel really great. The L3 and R3, they all click really well and it's great. Okay, full disclosure for watching the whole video. This entire thing, including the footage that was recorded, was captured on my iPhone 15 Pro, so you can take that however you want, depending on what type of phone you have. But let's start with breaking it down into all of its different features. So the first thing I tried was PlayStation Remote Play, and I am really surprised and really impressed with just how well it works. There's little to no latency whatsoever, at least with my internet connection. It's actually really great. So little to no latency with that. And a really cool feature that I discovered is that it works with the Apple screen sharing. So I have a TV in my lounge room and in my bedroom, and the TV in the lounge room is the one that has the PS5 hooked up to it. But I was actually able to screen share my iPhone to the TV in my bedroom and still use PlayStation Remote Play, and it's like now having my PS5 in my bedroom and in the lounge room. So that's a really cool feature. I think that works really, really well. Next, I moved on to the Xbox Remote Play, and same thing. It works really, really well. I had no issues with lag or latency. I even tried playing Fortnite, which turns out the game really isn't for me, but the Backbone works so well. So cheers to Xbox for that one. The next thing I tried was some iPhone games and things from the Apple Arcade, and it all still works really well. I downloaded Resident Evil 4 and Resident Evil Village, and it's not quite the quadruple A experience that you would get on console, obviously, because it is, an iPhone versus a PlayStation 5, so there is a significant power difference there. But playing Resident Evil 4 on my iPhone still works really, really well. Same with Resident Evil Village. Again, a little bit of latency and the graphics aren't as pretty, but it's pretty damn close. And for such a tiny little handheld experience on the go, if you want things like that, it works, and it works really well, and really they can only get better from here. Not to mention, when I moved on to a few of the Apple Arcade games, there's actually a rumble in this thing, which I discovered. I didn't notice that when I was playing on PlayStation Remote Play or Xbox or a couple iPhone games, but there's a few on the Apple Arcade that have a little rumble feature in this thing. As far as compatibility goes, I played about 20 games from the App Store, and there was maybe one or two that this wasn't compatible with, and one of them includes Pokemon Unite for some reason. How that game is available on iPhone with the setup that it is and the type of game that it is, and it doesn't have support for a controller is ridiculous. Nintendo needs to get its act together. But the rest of the games worked really well. There was only one other, I think, Sonic touchscreen game, which is just a single touch jump button, which didn't work. But even games like Alto's Adventure, which is like the Sonic game as well, where it's a single touch for a jump, that still works with this. So there's plenty and plenty of games that will work with it. I'm actually really surprised and really impressed by it. Speaking of compatibility, I even have a Nintendo Online subscription, so there's games that I can play on my Switch, but I downloaded a Game Boy emulator, and it works with a Game Boy emulator as well. That's like an internet web-based thing, and this works with Game Boy games. I was able to download like Pokemon Red, even like a Dragon Ball Z game, and still have it work. This thing is awesome. The fact that if you have a PlayStation, you can play it remotely, or an Xbox, you can play it remotely, not to mention just the ridiculous amount of games that are on the App Store for the phone, and if you join Apple Arcade, even more games. This thing just works, and it works well. It's comfortable, it's small. I kind of wish it maybe had like a little case or something to protect it, but for the most part, it feels great in your hands, it's fun to use, and it's just really cool to have, and I think I will use this for a long time. So if you're on the fence about it, I highly recommend it. It definitely has the Nick, hopefully Jeff, stamp of approval as well. And if you're on the fence, definitely get it. Hopefully you enjoyed this quick little unboxing video. Hopefully I've covered a lot of the things that you wanted to hear, and just to let you know that it works, and it works well. So hopefully you get it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next Nick and Jeff. See ya.